welcome to Anovelconsole, your weekly podcast where we talk about books, games, food, and stuff that caught our attention during the week. My name is Chris, and with me is my beautiful co-host and wife, Karradyne.
Don't you normally say 3 hellos? Hello,
No.
hello, hello.
No, you're the one that...
I'm the one who does the 3 hellos.
Yes.
My impersonation of you is hello, hello, hello.
You know, it's only 2.
Are you sure you only say 2?
Yes, I'm sure I only say 2.
Okay. I'm Karradyne.
Now you got me questioning myself. I'm pretty sure I say 2.
We're going to go back and listen to every episode at the beginning.
No, if our listeners could send us an email saying, he only says 2 or he says 3, then yeah.
We should put up a Patreon poll. Does Chris say hello 2 or 3 times?
Or we should do a Facebook poll.
There we go. That works. I forget that Facebook has polls.
You know how many people we have on Facebook right now?
Almost 200.
Yeah, so...
It's like 180 something.
How about we do this? You guys push us to 200, we'll give away Hades, and we'll give away a book of whatever Karradyne chooses.
Didn't we already give away Hades?
No.
Oh.
No, Hades is one of the games that I want to give away, but I want to do it when I review the game, which is probably going to be in the next couple of weeks, maybe next week. It was supposed to be this week, but I realized that you actually have to beat the game 9 times before you actually get the true ending. So it's not going to happen until next week or maybe the week after. But I'll definitely have something for next week.
That's intense.
Yeah, no, it's real intense. So, yeah, how about you guys get us to 200 before I do the Hades review? And...
200 likes on Facebook.
Yes. And I'll
follows,
go ahead.
Whatever.
Oh, and also Instagram. Let's do that, too.
Get us to 200 on Instagram.
Maybe if you get
we got a long way to go on Instagram.
Yeah, I know. Thing is, if you guys get us to 200 on Instagram, we'll give away something else.
Get us to 1,000 downloads.
Yeah, because we're at 570 right now. We've only had 70 since we posted that.
Watch everybody go through and download every fucking episode.
At least twice. That would be awesome. But, hey, how are you? What's going on?
I'm tired. I'm very, very tired.
Why?
Because I started Ubering again.
Oh, boy.
I hate myself.
So why are you so tired? It's just sitting there and driving.
Oh my God, but you're sitting in an upright position where you cannot move and your ass really starts to fucking hurt and you can't move. And I sit a lot closer to my steering wheel than some people do.
When I tell you I'm tired and you're like, oh, all you did was Uber today.
Oh, and I have never said that to you. I have never said that.
I've had people that say, oh, the only thing you do is Uber. You're just driving all day.
Well, one of my passengers did say that to me today, but she didn't say it in a cruel way.
I would have hit her in her throat.
It was just kind of like she just didn't understand.
No,
but you can't move.
Mm-mm. You can't.
Fine.
See, the thing is, I'm kind of chewing on some Welch's.
Fucking Welch's chewy fruit things. My 3-year-old nephew eats those, but also he has them in little packs that my dad likes to steal while he's not looking. So I guess they are for adults too. At the gas
station, they sell the big ones. So every once in a while, I just stop in and get a bottle of Smart Water and stuff.
Are they in the children's section?
No, they're with the other gummies. So I just get some Welch's fruit snacks in a water bottle, and it makes my stomach feel like it's full of jelly, but it's so good.
A child.
I got a new job.
Yeah, he did.
I did get a new job.
Not Uber.
No, it's fun. I like it. I'm working with one of my buddies again, and we're doing is just installing appliances and delivering furniture and whatnot, which is a good job because we do get good tips and the job actually pays well. And we have
It's the best paying job you've had since we've been together. Basically. More or less. We're going to go with that. We're going to go with that.
But it pays good because it's DOT certified. So I do have to have like DOT medical cards so that I can drive all day because apparently we go across state lines, but where I'm working out of it doesn't. So we'll still need it. And I decided to just jump on Indeed one night while Karradyne was on the phone taking care of something. And I saw the position. I applied. Next day I get home from Uber. I'm checking my emails, and it says, hey, be here for an interview at 2 p.m. today. And it was like 1:45 p.m. I was like, oh, shit, I'm not going to be able to make it. I called the dude, was like, hey, I have an interview today, but I can't make it. Could it be tomorrow? He says, no, it has to be today. I was like, okay, give me like 30 minutes and I'll be there.
But the nice thing about that is like, obviously it's not a super formal interview if they didn't contact you to schedule it, so
yeah, so
yay.
I got there, they offered me the position, I started dealing with the background check, which was a nightmare.
We won't get into that.
They were checking my employment history. And
Which is normal, but it was just obnoxious.
They wanted me to confirm it.
Luna's barking.
Yeah, they wanted me to confirm it for myself instead of them doing their job, but it's whatever. It's done with. I started actually working.
Stop eating fruit snacks!
I started working with the company, and I got an email from the background check people saying, hey, confirm this last job and we'll be done. I was like, no.
I got the job. I'm good.
Working already.
Peace out.
Enough. And what else have we done?
We went to see Godzilla vs. Kong, and I made us a TikTok where if you go find us on TikTok at anovelconsole, you'll find a really goofy Godzilla vs. Kong TikTok.
We have like 2 TikToks that are like halfway done that we haven't finished because we're so lazy.
Oops. To be fair, we are constantly busier than we think we're going to be.
Yeah.
And we're lazy when we're done being busy.
Yeah, I'm actually surprised we're kind of doing this a little bit early. It's 7:25 p.m.
It's because I'm determined to watch 90 Day Fucking Fiancé at 8 o'clock when it comes on TV because I have had a hellacious weekend and I deserve my peace. Anyway.
We'll see how we can get this done. So we saw Godzilla vs. Kong. It's a fun movie. We're going to do the Patreon episode and release it on Tuesday, if not at some point later this week. But so far, it's looking like it's going to be a Tuesday because I don't work Tuesday, and I'm going to take it easy Tuesday because I need to fucking break. And, it should be up by then. We're probably going to record it as you guys are listening to this episode when it says releases on Monday. And Karradyne discovered Ooey Gooey Bars.
I did. So
what the hell is an Ooey Gooey Bar?
Before we went to Georgia to meet my new niece, we popped into Walmart for something, and I wanted something sweet.
It was from dinner. I was making cheesesteaks, remember?
Oh, okay. I went to the bakery, and I discovered the Ooey Gooey Bars. I'm like, oh, I want to try this. I am obsessed. It's a problem. I took the rest of the container with us to Georgia. I now have my sister obsessed to the point that we had to send Chris and my brother-in-law off to Walmart to buy more Ooey Gooey Bars. And then he tells me that the Wawa Ooey Gooey Bars are so much better than these. So
because Wawa has the regular Ooey Gooey Bars. They also have a cheese Ooey Gooey Bar.
I don't care.
And I think they have a
the chocolate
sea
one. I
salt
saw
caramel Ooey Gooey Bar. Not chocolate, cheese.
Well, I saw a brown one today, like a dark brown one.
Oh, interesting.
I didn't look close. Oh. Anyway, we've been hunting through the Wawas for these damn Ooey Gooey Bars, and they've all been out of fucking stock. Until today, I finally found the Ooey Gooey Bar, and oh boy, was he right. That thing is orgasmic in comparison to the Walmart Ooey Gooey Bars.
If you guys could actually see the levels of how our voices are supposed to look like, because I'm monitoring them constantly when Karradyne whispered.
I talk too softly.
It kind of like spiked.
But yeah, so it's so fucking good that I went on Amazon to see if I could buy them in bulk. And guess what? You can, but I didn't because I need to practice self-control.
Yeah. You know what else isn't self-controlling? But is very limiting?
What?
Twitch.
Oh my gosh, you set up the Twitch account this week.
I did. I had set up the Twitch account already. I just hadn't set up so that we could be able to stream.
He went live and sent me the link while I'm at work. It's like, oh, can you hear me? Like, I'm at fucking work.
So when I bought the PlayStation 5 and set it up, the first thing I did was set up a anovelconsole's Twitch channel on it just to test and make sure that everything worked well. It did. But then I started setting up the capture card for the Super Nintendo. And the program that Elgato comes with for the setup, it's a little bit difficult to understand, but I managed to get it working. I set it up. I was able to do a stream on my own personal account just to make sure that the levels were right. I asked Karradyne. She couldn't help me, so I had to ask some of my friends, and they hopped on for like 15 minutes is what I played and streamed, and they were able to help me set up the levels. So what that means is soon we're going to start streaming. And the first game that I'm going to stream on Twitch, we'll let you people know exactly when it's going to be Power Rangers for the Super Nintendo. I spent a couple of days ago the whole night, like 6 or 7 hours,
He ignored the shit out of me.
just trying to set up all these games on the Super Nintendo Mini because I figured out how to put games on it, and I was trying to do it, and it turns out that the error that I was getting was that I didn't have ROMs that worked with the Super Nintendo, so I had to re-download all the games again, set them up, test them, and this is supposed to be fun, but it wasn't, but it will be at some point.
At some point. In the near future.
Yeah, and we also had something that wasn't very fun today. We had a very obnoxious lady.
We had good food, but an obnoxious entertainment source.
Yeah, this lady was behind us when we ordered the food at La Lechonera over here in Orlando on
Was she
50.
in there before we came in?
No, she walked in after you did.
Are you sure?
Yes, I'm 100% sure.
Because I was starting to wonder if we cut her off.
No, we didn't.
We didn't?
No, we didn't. So this lady just starts going off on the employees. Oh, I've been here standing for like 10 minutes and nobody has said anything to me or paid attention to me. They just took his order, got everything done, and then she started talking on the phone because somebody called and I'm just sitting here. I'm like, and the guy's like, well, we're sorry. We're understaffed. We only have 2 people working here today. One of them is making sure that everything's running well, and the other one is, taking the actual people's orders and getting everything ready. And
they have like a massive, it's not a buffet, but like a buffet style setup that they keep stocked with hot food
that they serve themselves.
Yeah.
And this lady was just giving them shit, and she refused to understand that they're short-staffed. So, because they're trying to have everything run perfectly with 2 people.
She just went on and on. But she was like talking to the restaurant at one point. Granted, we were, other than one other booth, we were the only people in there.
Yeah,
and the people behind her waiting to order. It was quite obnoxious.
So, I don't know if you've noticed, but lately everywhere, it has help wanted signs because people are just not working because they're making so much more money on unemployment.
And stimulus checks and tax refunds.
So
and
because of that, all of these places are understaffed.
Literally everywhere is hiring. Everywhere.
So if you go to a restaurant and they're understaffed and it's visible that everybody's busy, don't start bitching and complaining because they're not paying attention to you.
That was one of the things that bugged me the most about working at Disney. Because in the evenings, they primarily only scheduled the college programmers, and college programmers are prone to calling out obnoxiously all the time, and the lines would get backed up to fucking Miami, basically, and the guests would come up, oh, this is ridiculous, this is not very magical. I'm like, well, go call the CPs that called out on us and tell them that it's not magical, that they left us understaffed.
So if you see somebody or you're somewhere and they're understaffed and they're doing their best to keep shit from burning down,
calm the fuck down.
Don't give them shit. Don't be a dickhead.
It's okay to be frustrated, but to take it out like that, I mean, she screamed
the entire
for like
fucking
5 minutes
time
straight.
while they were taking her order. She's like, no, oh yeah, I want rice, and you guys are unacceptable, and you should have said hello, and
sí, por favor, and then yelling.
And they're like, do you want fried plantain? Sí, por
Sí,
favor.
por favor,
But you got to
yelling.
pay attention to me. I'm like, Jesus fuck, lady, shut the hell up and get the fuck out. I mean, leave these poor people alone. They're doing their job and you're just fucking being irritating and aggravating.
To be fair, I have noticed that every time we've gone in there, you have had to initiate them helping us. To be fair. It's just different. It's just different.
They're also always really busy.
They are very busy.
Because it's probably one of the best lechoneras in this side of town. Because the other one at the gas station, it's terrible.
It's also packed to the high heavens all the time.
Yeah.
And it's impossible to get in there.
Yeah. So, I don't know why it's not good. That place is not good.
I haven't been to that one.
That's where I got those tripletas from and you hated yours.
Well, to be fair, I'm not a big tripleta fan.
Anyways. But yeah, just don't be rude. Just wait your turn. They're going to get to you eventually. If you're in a hurry, go somewhere else. And with that, we're going to go ahead and go into discussion time. So this week we're having another discussion time. I don't feel like we've had one in a long time. I really can't even tell when the last time we had a discussion time was, or even a top five. And this technically isn't even a top five. It's
End of the year.
End of the year. That's the last time.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah, that makes sense. I'm actually looking at it here, and it was shit. Where is it? Thanksgiving. Books and games that made 2020 better and worse. Yeah, January 8th was the last time. So we're just going to be talking about books and games that we've been enjoying recently. It's not necessarily games and books that we've beaten or read. Some of them might be some that we recently read or beat. So these aren't really reviews; they're just impressions and why we're reading and or playing them. So, do you want to go ahead and start with your first one?
Sure.
Go ahead.
Okay, so the book that I am reading and enjoying the most right now is The Kiss Quotient by Helen Hoang. So it is super, super intriguing. It's about this woman. She has autism. She works in, like, I want to say statistics, but it's more like she creates an algorithm for a website, more or less. Like, think of Instagram's algorithm.
Yeah.
And her parents are harassing her about needing to find a boyfriend because she's getting older and she's still alone. Then she realizes she's bad at sex. So she hires a male escort to teach her how to be good at sex.
Well, wouldn't you hire a female escort if you're trying to figure out how to be good at sex while you're a woman?
Luna's barking. No, because she wants to actually have the sexual acts and, like, learn it as she's doing it.
They're strap-ons.
Oh, God. She hires a male escort. So, yeah, no, she hires a male escort, not a female escort. And it's just really cute. It's very sexy. I'll probably end up reviewing it because dick. K-pop dick. Because, so, like, they're both Asian American. Mm-hmm. And he apparently looks like the hottest K-pop star in this fictional world. So I guess he looks like a member of BTS. Which freaks me out because they all look like vampire girls. To me. No offense, BTS.
Well, in Yakuza, there's a Korean party member in Yakuza Like a Dragon. And he does kind of look like a K-pop member, but he is actually kind of handsome. He is good looking.
None of those BTS boys are.
The girls in the game are like all crazy for him, and I can see why. But he actually does look like a guy. He doesn't look like a teenager. So.
Yeah, they all look like babies. It freaks me out a lot.
So what was the name of that book?
The Kiss Quotient.
The Kiss Quotient.
Yes, it's very good. Apparently there are like 3 books, but I don't know that they follow the same characters. I think it might be a same world, different people.
Kind of like Evie Brown.
Yeah, but I'm not sure. It's Eve Brown, not Evie.
All right, so The Kiss Quotient. So let's go into the first game that I've been enjoying recently. That's going to be Ninja Gaiden. Ninja Gaiden actually got announced. They're going to do a Ninja Gaiden trilogy for Switch, PS4, and Xbox One. It's going to have Ninja Gaiden 2, and Ninja Gaiden 3. But it's going to have the Sigma versions of Ninja Gaiden 1 and 2, which were the... not remakes, kind of like the upgraded versions of the games for PlayStation 3 that were released back in the day. And I decided I wanted to play these again, like 2 weeks before they got announced to come out on Switch and newer consoles. And I got them on the Vita. I got both Sigma 1 and 2. And let me just say, Sigma 1 is terrible. This game is so hard.
What makes it hard?
Okay, so I don't know if it's the Vita's controllers that are just bad, but I kind of do remember the game actually playing like shit on the PlayStation because the controls are so hard. They're so difficult to master. And the enemies are just relentless. They're always attacking nonstop and just trying to kill you the entire time. But it's still somewhat fun. It's kind of like that same feeling you get from Dark Souls of, yes, I finished this, or yes, I beat this, only to go somewhere where things are even harder. But they do have this mercy mode where you have like unlimited health, and every attack you get hit by you can block, and you have infinite magic and whatnot. So I've been playing it that way because I really want to play through these games again, but I don't want any of the challenge. So I'm just, enjoying them now, even with the tough controls. But I did get to a part in Gaiden where there's a lot of platforming and you keep getting attacked by ghost fish. So I think I'm done with Gaiden. I'm definitely not going to review it. I'm probably going to review the 3 games as a whole when they come out. But as for now, I think I'm done with Gaiden. Now, maybe if I play it on a real controller and not a handheld, it might feel different. Although I do remember these games being pretty tough as shit back in PS3. But it's whatever. All right, what's your next book?
Cemetery Boys by Aiden Thomas.
I think I've heard about this.
Yep, that's the one that I keep having to ask you what words mean. Because there's lots and lots of Spanish. Lots.
That's the one with the inclusive language, right?
Yes.
Okay.
So the main character is trans. Female at birth, male now.
Jadriel.
Say it again. Okay.
Jadriel.
I'm going to let you say their names.
No, you can say the name.
Oh, I suck at it really bad. That one's hard.
No, it's not.
I don't know why that one is so hard for me. Say it again.
Jadriel.
Jadriel.
Do you know the name of the world tree from Nordic mythology? Yggdrasil?
Yggdrasil.
It's the same thing. Jadriel, Yggdrasil.
Jadriel, Yggdrasil.
Jadriel.
Jadriel. Jadriel.
There you go.
Jadriel.
Okay, keep going.
Okay. So, Jadriel, he is from a family of Brujex. And he wants to prove himself as a true brujo, but they won't let him go through the ceremony to, become a brujo because he's supposed to be a bruja. Does that make sense?
Yeah, so instead of being
they still do not accept him as a brujo, and they think he is just, I don't know. They're, more okay with him being gay than they are with him being a boy.
Okay. That's... Okay.
Anywho, so basically he breaks into the church in the cemetery in front of Lady Death. Is it Lady Death or the Goddess of Death? I feel really bad I don't know the exact name.
I have no idea.
I'm so sorry. This probably makes me sound like a terrible person.
I mean,
this is what I get for reading so many books at once.
Exactly.
Oh, God.
Yeah, you read 20 books at the same time. So.
Okay, so he goes into the church with his friend Maritza to do the ceremony himself to become a true brujo. And then one of his cousins dies, and because they're all brujex, they all feel it when one of theirs leaves this world. So they're all hunting for Miguel, but Jadriel is not allowed to take part in the hunt for Miguel because they still don't accept him as a brujo. So he and Maritza go off to look for Miguel on their own and stumble upon the spirit of a boy from their school who's just died. He thinks he was mugged, basically, but he can't remember exactly, and that's where I am. They're about to go find the friends that he was with right before he would have passed on. But he's been tethered to the world by some necklace and needing to talk to his friends. I don't know. It's really intriguing. Lots of Day of the Dead stuff. It sounds so terrible. I'm a terrible person. Oh, God.
I'm just letting you drown.
You're an asshole.
I'm just watching you get flustered
there's also
with yourself.
There's a lot of Spanish, and the problem is I've primarily been reading it at work while I'm on my breaks, and I feel bad just taking a picture of a page and sending it to you to make you translate for me. So if I'm at home with him, I'll ask him, oh, hey, what does this mean?
I'll be sitting,
oh, hey, how do you say this?
I'll be sitting playing video games with my headphones
on.
And
what does this mean?
And she's screaming from the living room, and I can't hear anything, and she stomps in angry, and she's like, what does this mean? I don't fucking know.
Is it
I don't know
brujex?
Spanish.
Oh gosh.
And Brewhex is the gender...
Plural, yeah, gender
the
neutral.
plural gender neutral word for Brujo or Bruja, which is witch or warlock? What the wizard?
You told me it was witch.
Uh,
Magical being.
What's the male version of a witch?
Warlock, wizard.
Yeah, wizard or a warlock or whatever.
They speak to the dead.
Yeah, they're warlocks then.
Yeah.
Not a wizard.
Oh,
Wizards don't speak to the dead.
Are you sure Gandalf doesn't speak to the dead? Taking it back to Middle Earth March. It'll never die.
Enough. I'm burnt out on Middle Earth March. So my next game, since I've been playing a lot of Vita games, I actually have 2 games that I'm playing currently on the Vita. The next one is Final Fantasy Tactics, and it's not the one that won the Patreon poll. This is a different Final Fantasy Tactics, as the original one is the remake they did for the PSP, which they also released as a digital file to download and play on the PS Vita. And this game is so fucking good. Imagine Game of Thrones with Final Fantasy characters and a lot of magic and zodiac stones.
Gore and sex.
No sex.
Then it's not like Game of Thrones.
But it does have the same kind of political intrigue as Game of Thrones. And
but if it's not sexy, then it's not Game of Thrones.
There's nothing really sexy about Final Fantasy Tactics. Unless you count like deformed giant zodiac beasts sexy. But no. The game is a turn-based tactical RPG. So basically you're playing chess with a bunch of units. They all have different attacks, magic powers, and all that shit. And the goal is to either kill a specific enemy or kill all enemies or reach a certain area or wait for a certain amount of time to survive. It's a really fun, hard game. I remember beating it on the PlayStation 1 when I was like 11 or 12, and I actually had to use a Game Shark to beat the game.
What's that?
So I was hoping you would ask me.
What's the Game Shark?
So the Game Shark, or the Game Genie, or the Code Breaker, which is actually what I have.
It's cheating!
Yes. So basically it would be this thing you would put on the PlayStation. It was a disc. And the disc had certain codes that it would read. So you would, let's say you were looking for Final Fantasy Tactics. You would select Final Fantasy Tactics. It had all the different codes entered into it that would alter the game's code. So you would select that. It would tell you, okay, now load the game. It would have everything ready. So once you put in the game, it will load up and boot everything out of brand new and add those codes in. So you would have, let's say, unlimited health, level 99 characters, all the items, all the characters, all the weapons, all the stages, whatever. That's the only way I could beat it. I would have to make my characters immortal so that I wouldn't die. And the story is so crazy that you literally end up killing Jesus at the game, at the end of the game.
It's like the Golden Compass.
So it's the world's version of Jesus because it's the daughter/son of the world's creator. And you actually have to fight them a couple of times and end up killing them because they want to destroy the world and form it new in their image. But the game is insane. It is so good. It is so hard. And I've noticed how dated the game is because it is slow. The frame rate dips like a motherfucker. And it is very, very slow. But it is so good. And it's so fulfilling every time you beat a tough stage with all of your characters alive. And you manage to get some levels out of them. It's just... It feels like gratification once you beat a stage. So being that these 2 games are so fucking hard, I feel like I've been in a quest for gratification and, this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
On to my next book.
I need those dopamine hits.
Oh, God. So the next book that I am enjoying is part of a whole series that I read in the last... I think I read it in the last month or 2. So my friend Erin at Reading in Fairyland, who I haven't mentioned in like 5 episodes because she's not a Lord of the Rings fanatic like I am. Not that she doesn't like it. Anyway.
She hates it.
No, she doesn't hate it at all. She's not a fanatic. So she is hosting a buddy read every month, and she chooses historical romance books for us to read. And she chose the Wallflower series by Lisa Kleypas. I don't know if I'm pronouncing her last name correctly. So there are 4 books. They follow 4 different friends. And they each take place in a season. Like the first book is in summer, the second one is in autumn, the third is in winter, the fourth is in spring. It's all really hot and heavy, super sexy historical romance.
Before you continue.
Eh.
I've heard the name Summer.
Mm-hmm. Autumn.
And Winter.
Mm-hmm.
I've never heard of anybody called...
No, they're not named after the seasons.
No, I know, but I'm saying I've never heard anybody called Spring.
That would be weird. I mean, now that you said, I'm sure there is someone out there named Spring.
Unless it's...
If you know someone named Spring, please email us.
Yes, tell us about Spring.
Please.
And how weird they are.
But
if they're named April, it doesn't count.
Oh my god. But right now, I am reading the novella that takes place at the end of the series. And it follows the brother of 2 of the girls. So Autumn and Spring are sisters. And this is following their brother. Shut up. Her name's not Spring. It's Daisy. Oh, that's fitting. Daisy, Spring. Anyway.
This is not April.
Oh my god. So, I mean, all of the girls are still in this novella. But it's really good so far. She writes really intriguing characters. I love it. It's everything Bridgerton should have been. Oh my god, we didn't talk about the Bridgerton news. Oh, I'm devastated.
I think that's over and done with.
Okay, anyway, next game.
Okay, don't rush it because we know where we're going. Next game I have is Astro's Playroom. You actually saw this one and you thought it was really cute.
Right. It was the one with the little robot thingies, right?
Yeah, that you
I
played
it for a little bit with the new headset and everything.
Yes.
It made me feel sick even after playing it for only like 5 minutes, but it was so cute.
And adorable.
And the music is awesome.
The music is awesome in this game. So basically it's a game, but it's a game that's also a tech demo where you get to experience the new additions that they added to the new PlayStation 5 controller, the DualSense. They actually even changed the name. Before it was the DualShock because it had 2 servos in it that actually made the controller shake. Now it's just the whole controller is just crazy. When you in the game, you go to beaches, you go to forests, to winters, to space, and you go to winter. I'm a fucking idiot.
No, you go to spring.
At least it's not April.
It gives you lice.
It gives you lice. We'll
go there later.
So when you walk on the sand, it actually feels the control gives you the feedback that you're walking on sand. When you walk on glass, same thing. On metal, on sand, when you're swimming, it makes the controller feel like it's in water. It is so cool, and it is adorable, and it is a trek to PlayStation history, and it is awesome. I fell in love with it.
They're cute little chubby robot aliens. They're so cute.
They live inside the PlayStation controller.
They're so chubby. They're very round.
They're very round.
They're so cute. I want one.
I do too. They're pretty cool.
A little plushie.
That would be awesome. Oh, Luna's mad.
Luna wants a plushie too.
Okay, Luna, we're not going to talk about Astro any longer. Anyways,
plushie!
If you have a PlayStation 5, play Astro's Playroom. Don't shove it off to the side like it's just something free and stupid, because it's actually a really cool experience with awesome music, great gameplay, and I mean, it's basically the only PlayStation 5 game that I've played, because I have Demon's Souls and I haven't even started it because I'm still playing Persona, but I'm still playing Hades. So just play Astro's Playroom. It's worth it. It is so good, and I hope they make a full-fledged Astro's World so that I can play more into it. And let me smack Luna before we continue. I'm not going to smack her, but now that Luna has had a proper stern talking to because we were giving her gummies.
We showed her our empty hands.
We had to show her.
Don't tell people we feed the dog things we aren't supposed to feed her.
It's a gummy. She'll drink water and it'll dissolve in her stomach. That's laughing.
Oh.
Yeah, those spikes are laughing.
He tells me to watch the sound bar too to see if I catch anything he doesn't.
Yeah, because sometimes
I don't know how
the
to
breathing,
read it like he does.
The breathing looks weird, and you can tell when somebody's breathing into the microphone. So I'm just telling her, like, if you see this, let me know. But she saw the spike from laughing, and she's freaking out. Okay, next book.
The Saga graphic novel series by Brian K. Vaughan and Fiona Staples. Remind us again where you stopped. Do you remember what volume it was?
I think the girl was in school.
Oh gosh, that was close to the beginning.
Yeah. It actually took me a long time to get into it. People kept saying, it's so good, it's so good.
It's amazing!
And I read like the first 2 chapters and I was like, this is garbage.
No! Why the fuck did you tell me to read it?
No, because then but this is before I met you. I thought the first 2 or 3 chapters were terrible. I forced myself to keep going and I'm like, okay, this is actually really fucking cool.
But then you stopped.
Because no more volumes had come out.
But then they did.
And I forgot. Oh. I would have to start from the beginning if I were to pick it back up.
Which I'll check them all out for you.
At this point, I don't even want to because you told me that they're on hiatus after something major happens.
Yeah, so he told me to read these like back at the beginning of our relationship. And I have very, very slowly worked my way through the 9 volumes. It's amazing. According to Wikipedia, it is largely based on Star Wars, which I can see.
I can see that. Yeah. I can see a lot of it.
It's like Star Wars and Game of Thrones had a baby.
With some ghost stuff.
Yeah. Game of Thrones.
Major.
Star Wars and Game of Thrones had a baby.
Supernatural stuff. Like
it's freaky. Shit. But it's also really good because it's very political. It's very relatable. The art style is amazing. Amazing. I read all of them on my iPad and my phone. I just checked them out through the library, but the storyline is just phenomenal. I mean, imagine like 2 different races mating back during, I don't know, when segregation was still a big thing.
Just think of Nazi Germany and a Nazi soldier decides to have a baby with
a Jew.
Yeah, with a Jewish person.
A black Jew.
Let's
make it even worse because I mean it's like the most horrible combination that people have hated throughout history that you can imagine, and the whole universe is hunting down this couple and their kid because it was so abominable for them to mate.
It's terrible.
It's so good,
but it's good.
But
it's such a good comic.
I had maxed out my loans from the digital library app in March. I made it to volume 8. I was devastated that I couldn't check out 9 because 8 was easily the best that I had read so far. So I finally got my downloads back on April 1st. I immediately downloaded volume 9. I read it in one sitting. I go to the app to search for volume 10. And that's when I find out they've been on hiatus since 2018. What the fuck?
I don't think it's going to
So then, of course, I went to work the next day and told Marlo she needed to read it, and she binge read the whole thing. And is now as devastated as I am. It's only fair.
I have more comics for you to check out. You have to read Chew.
I don't care. I don't want to read anything else anymore.
Chew is a really good comic.
No.
You need to finish The Walking Dead because The Walking Dead is actually...
Oh, I don't give a fuck about The Walking Dead anymore. I'm over it.
That comic is so good.
It's so fucking long.
It is very long, but it is so good. It is worth it. And Sex Criminals. I think you would really like Sex Criminals. I couldn't
get into it.
It's very funny.
Okay.
There's a police officer that has the same powers as the 2 main characters, and she keeps her vagina in shape by doing kegels with stones in her vagina.
That's not funny to me. That's just weird.
It is super weird. And like there's a panel where she's actually doing the kegels and like they show the main character looking at her vagina and then looking at her face. And she's like doing kegels with stones inside of her.
No, thank you. That's some 50 Shades of Grey shit.
Exactly. It is.
Anyway, next game.
It's so funny. You should read it.
Okay.
Okay, so my next game, I have something really fucking cool. Guess what it is?
What?
A Link to the Past, The Legend of Zelda.
Oh, Lord.
It's the Super Nintendo Legend of Zelda game. I'm replaying it on the 3DS. I haven't played this game in like 5 or 6 years. And a lot of Zelda games have this formula where you explore 3 dungeons, get the Master Sword, explore 6 or 7 dungeons. And I'm already on like the 3rd dungeon after you get the Master Sword. And I did that in like 3 hours. So I almost did like a dungeon every half hour. And I remember a lot of secrets of this game and a lot of stuff from this game. And I don't even remember playing this game that much when I was a kid. I didn't even play this game till I was probably in my early teens. I played Ocarina of Time more than this game, and I know a lot of stuff about this game, which is, I don't know if that has anything to say about the game design being simple or being something that you would remember for a long time, something that would stick with you. But Legend of Zelda: A Link to the Past, I kind of want to do a full review because it is such a classic game and it's such a good fucking game.
Do it.
I think it would be great. But yeah.
We have a very angry dog.
Oh my God. See what she wants now. She wants more fruit snacks. We're going to have a serious talk.
Okay, so Luna did not want fruit snacks. She's just being cranky because she wants to GOOUTSIDE, even though she just WENT very recently. She knows so many words. We have to be careful. If you even say one of the words from those phrases, she perks up. It's time. She's ready. She won't wait.
We were going through them last night with my aunt, trying to trigger
perks up every time.
See which words triggered her, and we figured that she knows
the whole phrase.
Knows at least what, like 19 different words.
Mm-hmm. Variations of the same thing.
So she's not stupid. She plays being stupid.
But she doesn't know the word walk,
which is good.
We never say anything about
going for a walk.
Yeah. A walk.
So what's your next book?
Okay, so I'm getting a little bit repetitive, but the Hathaways series by Lisa Clayposs. I'm only on the first book, and I've branched out from the buddy read at this point, even though I think Erin said she was going to do a buddy read for that series. But basically, one of the girls from the Seasons series, the Wallflowers, has an interaction, a hot and heavy, not sex, not penetration, but a hot and heavy interaction with a Romany man, aka a gypsy. And the way this man is described, I imagine I would be attracted to him. Bless it. But anyway, this first book in that series follows him. Because, spoiler alert, no, I won't say it. Well, these books have been published for a while. Spoiler alert, she doesn't wind up with him, so now he gets his own book. And I need to know what happens to him now.
That's how you get your own spin-off, have sex with somebody.
He didn't have sex with her, he just kissed her really passionately.
Almost have sex with somebody, and
God.
then you get your own series.
I am just loving these historical romance books. I love imagining myself in, like, Regency era England and being whisked away and having sex in secret.
Oh, God.
Oh.
Not showering.
We don't think about those parts, okay?
Not having working indoor plumbing.
It's just it's really good. She develops her characters so well, and they're all so unique. Even though the storylines are all very similar, they're still very much their own. I don't know. It's awesome. So if you like Pride and Prejudice, this we can take it back to episode 1. It's like Pride and Prejudice with Dick.
Oh, God.
It's like bringing down the Duke.
Thank God there's no Frankensteins nearby.
Oh, Lord.
All right, so my last game that I've been playing, and I actually talked about this in the beginning of the episode. This is going to be the first game that I'm going to do a full stream run-through of the game. It's got around 8 stages, and there's like a major change in gameplay around stage 5. But it's Power Rangers for the Super Nintendo, the original Mighty Morphin Power Rangers game. It's a side-scrolling beat-em-up. It is a super fun game. You beat the putties, ask the regular Rangers without their suits. Halfway through the stage, you meet the stage boss, and you transform. It's got good platforming, an angry Luna, good combat, and power-ups and all that stuff. And it's a super, super fun game. So if you guys haven't seen it, you guys want to see it, if you guys just want to come by and say hello or whatever, and I'll be streaming these soon. I will make the announcement for it as soon as I decide when we're going to start. And I guess that's it for now. It's just been a quick checkup of what we've been doing.
I think Luna was more talkative than we were, honestly.
Yeah, we just wanted to do like a quick what we've been doing. We're probably not going to review these. We just wanted to talk about these for a little bit. And not dedicate them a full episode, but some of these might get their own full episode eventually. And is there anything else you want to say before we go into housekeeping?
We'll muzzle Luna for the next episode.
Yeah, we should give
Not really. We could never do anything
we should just
to that
give her,
poor baby.
Just give her...
We'll give her a pile of gummies to keep her occupied.
And dirty socks.
And dirty socks.
Because she loves chewing on
and
dirty
lamb
socks.
chop toys.
Without the squeaker.
Yeah.
So housekeeping, please go sign up for our Patreon. It's $2 a month. Remember, tomorrow... after you hear this, we're going to have the episode for Godzilla vs. Kong. The discussion is going to be up. So that's going to be fun. We have a lot of opinions and a lot of thoughts about the movie that we want to talk about. And I actually saw a lot of things that I want to talk about. I've told Karradyne a few of them, but some of them I haven't told. And I think she might be mind blown by these stuff because it's really cool.
I'm not familiar with all of the Godzilla and Kong lore.
It's MonsterVerse, so you don't have to know the old stuff. You've seen all MonsterVerse movies. So,
School me.
Yeah, and some of the stuff that was supposed to happen, like Pacific Rim versus Godzilla and all that.
Wait, what?
Yeah, but we'll talk about that in the
okay.
episode. Also, remember to follow us on Instagram and Twitter at anovelconsole and on Facebook.com/anovelconsole. Don't forget, you can tell your friends that they can find the podcast on most major streaming platforms. Tell them to listen on YouTube as well. Like, comment, subscribe, whatever. And don't forget, you can email us at anovelconsole@gmail.com. We will read your email on the show. If not, we won't. And our art was done by Metamorphic. One last thing before we end. Remember, 200 people before the Hades review.
On Facebook and Instagram.
And we will give away Hades.
Tell you what, if you get us
Not and Instagram. And Instagram would be something completely different that we'll be giving away, but at least one Hades is going. And Luna is driving me insane.
Poor Luna. Get us to 100 Patreon subscribers and we'll give away a $100 gift card.
We'll give away a house.
Oh, fuck no. A toy house. A Barbie doll house.
A Lego
Jesus.
house.
Yeah, well, no, Legos are really expensive.
Might as well get a real house.
Right? Jeez.
Yeah, anything else you want to say before we end the show?
I'm so sorry you had to listen to Luna.
Oh, she is so mad.
She is bitchy.
Yeah. All right, so that's it for this week's episode. Goodbye, everyone.
Bye.